Welcome back to another episode of Podcast Tak Berlesen. Yes, for all you people out there wondering what does Podcast Tak Berlesen mean? Means directly translated as the unlicensed podcast, where we talk about things unlicensed. Okay, I don't really have a tagline for that yet.
Oh,
Yeah, and this is our second episode for 2025. And of course, in case it's your first time watching in 2025 in our technically season 2 and you're wondering where is Lin, he's behind the camera. Yeah, okay.
Eileen.
Okay, if you can hear, you can hear. Anyway, so we have Amir with us.
Hello, hello,
Yeah,
hello, hello. Back at it again
yeah,
for
and
the second
he
episode.
before this he said like, oh, I worry that I don't want to speak about camera, but
Oh,
the footage
oh.
can go forever. Yeah, until Lin has to stop us. Yeah, that's why he's controlling the timing there.
I mean, still at this point of time, it's like, alamak, takutnya aku salah cakap ke.
Ay,
Honestly,
really?
still. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
When do we start recording your episode? Yeah,
Ooh,
because this
saucy. No lah.
episode we are going to talk about. Well, we're still in January, right? As we
Yep.
record this, we're going to talk about what do you look forward to in 2025 for yourself.
Interesting. For
Yes.
myself or for both of us? Let's go both of us then.
Okay, but maybe we
Mm.
start off with individuals first, and then
Right.
we come to conjoin um views or conjoin plans or whatever you want to call it. Okay.
Right.
So what do you look forward to in 2025 for yourself?
2025 is going to be a very interesting year. First of all, because of this,
Mm.
the podcast. I have always wanted to shoot a podcast before, but there's always a missing puzzle.
Mm.
Because before this, I tried by myself with my phone, with my camera, and then because I was talking just by myself, it's like, wait, ni shot sendiri, bro. I got no other person to bound off my idea.
Mm.
And then, like we said, the star aligns for us.
Ah,
And yeah, you are the missing puzzle in me.
Wow.
Oh, to put it that way, ui, macam romantic buat tiba-tiba.
Wah, dah lah lampu suram ni. Especially on his part,
Oh yeah. How do I look?
From on camera, you probably look like the Godfather.
Ooh, I like that. Do you watch Godfather?
Uh, this is the fun part. I've watched many movies, but I have not watched The Godfather.
Right. To be honest, I don't too.
Oh, Kantoy. There's another episode. Then maybe we will do another episode about us talking about our favorite movies.
Oh yes, it's gonna be a very boring one because I rarely watch movie. But yeah, sure.
Okay. Let me try. Quentin Tarantino movies.
Okay.
Do you know any?
Nah, not really. No, I'm sorry.
Inglorious Bastards.
No, I'm sorry. I gotta be honest. No.
There you go. I do have a friend who is he is a movie blogger.
Oh yeah, movie blogger. Okay.
Yeah, he can tell you every technical detail about how this movie is shot and the history.
So
He-
he's like the Wikipedia of movie.
He's basically the Lin on anime.
Oh okay.
Yeah. For our viewers who have watched our previous episodes, you know how Lin is when it comes to anime. Yeah, that's the movie version of Lin.
Interesting. I gotta watch that too.
Yeah. I follow through though. And okay, so yeah, so it's done pretty straightforward, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So how do you feel about like being on a podcast for
It is
the
interesting.
first time?
It is very, very interesting, gotta be honest. The first episode that I shot, I was like, oh, sumpah takut. But then after a while, tiba I get the tune already up to the pace, and then macam tak boleh stop bercakap pula.
Kan. You know what? I always knew somehow in the back of my head is that when you say that, I don't know what to talk about on camera, I'll freeze and all that. Having enough conversations with you, I know that, okay, this guy's going to be natural.
Okay lah, nasib baik.
Yeah, it's like I talent scouted for you.
Talent scout.
Yeah.
Oh, yo.
I talent scouted you for you.
Okay, before this, there are few casters that gave me like, I think you should do shoutcasting as well.
Oh.
Yeah, few of them. It's like, maybe no, because first of all, because I don't know about the game mechanics.
Okay.
It's like duduk semua cakap apa.
Oh, okay.
So is it going to be like a life story that I try to masukkan dalam game punya mechanics? It just doesn't work because I don't play games. So maybe if there is something more aligned to the thing that I know that I do, maybe I can.
Would you do general hosting?
I've done it before.
Okay.
I have done it before, and not sure if I actually like it.
Okay, it might not be your thing.
Yeah, it's not really my thing, I guess.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. At least like in a podcast, it's more casual setting.
Yes, yes, it's very
Mm.
casual. I mean, and then because this is unlicensed podcast,
Oh,
so we dictate where we want to go in the podcast, rather than if I do hosting, I have to follow the client's need. So sometimes might not align with the way I like to portray myself.
mm.
So that is one of the reason as well.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. So, what else do you look forward to in 2025?
2025. Oh, this is very vague, man, for me. Because of course, I want my business to thrive more.
Hmm?
And up until last year, I have always focused on my normal circle. I mean, normal clientele.
Mm.
Maybe this year I want to venture into more mass market. Not really mass market,
Okay.
but then I want to be more out there. So I don't know, maybe try to make some for influencers, for
Like a
artists.
larger audience, but not like
Yes,
mass,
yes.
mass,
Yeah,
mass.
yeah. I want to target larger audience and still trying to find the right way
Mm.
to get myself attuned to that.
Right.
Because yeah, because entertainment industry to begin with it is not really my scene.
Mm.
Because people are very more. I mean they are more outgoing
Mm.
compared to people in corporate. Because before this, those are my target market. The people in corporate, the C-suites, those kind of people. They just come here and say, yeah, make me suit.
Oh.
And compared to people in the entertainment industry,
Mm.
I want to look shining. I want to look. I give me some flair, make me dandy, and I was like, oh, okay, this is
Right.
something that I would like to explore more this year in
Right.
term of business. Like yeah, like the one I did for you.
Oh,
Kereta kantor pula.
alamak. Okay.
You want to see how
Yeah.
it's gonna turn out? Wait
Yes. Stay
for our
tuned.
next episode.
Stay tuned, people. Stay tuned. Well, you mentioned like the differences, right? Like corporate clients and
Mm,
also like entertainment industry clients. Uh, you mentioned some differences, but I want to try to understand as a normie. Like, oh, by the way, he's a tailor. Can I call you a bespoke tailor?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, bespoke tailor. What does bespoke mean? Well, we'll cover that in the following episodes. But how big of a challenge it is, like doing two different segments.
Well, basically, because their wants is different.
Mm.
For people in corporate, they wanted to look more professional. They wanted to look more powerful.
Seems pretty
When
straightforward.
yeah,
Uh,
but then for people in the entertainment industry, they want to look dandy. They want people to notice them for what they are wearing.
mm,
And for people in corporate, they want people to notice them for how professional, how powerful they look. It's so to achieve that, the technicalities in terms of tailoring is a little bit different.
mm.
So how we put it, what kind of color is more suitable for that, what kind of fabric is more suitable for that. So yeah, it's not such a steep learning curve, but it is still a learning curve for me lah. Mm.
Mm. So for any one of you out there who happens to be working in the entertainment industry, just saying. Yeah, just
Yeehaw!
saying, just saying, just saying, just putting out there, putting out there. Okay, so but you also mentioned like in our previous episode that with your business and your kid, like you start to get really busy.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's say if you were to venture into a new segment,
Mm.
you might expect more orders to come in.
Yeah, yeah.
How are you going to balance that in 2025?
uh, okay, my style of doing business.
Hmm.
Have you heard of the 20% rule? So
Okay, what's
we
that?
we target the 20% that will result to the 80% of your income.
Hmm.
So I would I would try to venture into new segment, but at the same time, I will still limit the number of order that I will take
Hmm.
each month because I would still want to give my best, and at the same time still make money for me
Hmm.
because of course this is a business. This is how I put the food on the table. So yeah, in term of shift of the time, should be fine because just gonna venture into new market, but then I will not take more order than I usually take.
Right.
Mm,
Okay. So I'm just putting it like a layman term,
mm,
like the level of revenue might be more or less,
mm,
but
mm.
you are just venturing into a new market,
Yes, yes.
and I'm just putting it up there. Maybe when we go like 2026, for example, that's where you start to see that. Do I want to start to scale like both? and then earn
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
double
yeah.
from it as a business,
Yep,
something like
yep,
that.
yep. Yeah. Yeah, to put it
Okay.
simple, that's how I look at.
Yeah, there's a layman term, people,
Mhm.
ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
What about you? What's your
Oh,
plan for 2025?
2025. Okay, I actually have something that is still unfinished from the previous year. So if anyone watched like the previous year's recap of the podcast of the 2023, I did mention, okay, so there are a few things that were done in 2024 that I wanted to. Mainly is to publish my book.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, publish my book. Thanks to Rabat Lee as well as the book
Is
publisher.
this going to be your first book or you have published a book before?
It's my first.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
because I've always kind of like written along the
Uh-huh.
way, but I didn't know how to publish it.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
like what do I do next? Who do I talk to? Like,
Uh,
every single detail, like how do I get licensing? How do I copyright it?
ah,
All the fine details until I met somebody called Izzat.
mhm.
He's basically the head publisher for Rabat Lit. And then he
Okay.
says, okay, I like the idea. Okay, let's do something together. And long story short, the book was released, licensed, copyrighted, and we are registered, and we can go into National Library. That's
Oh,
like
wow.
that's like the benchmark in the book industry. Like, and
Oh,
you can make
interesting.
yourself into
Yeah,
National
yeah, yeah.
Library. The book is legit, legit.
So, do you use ChatGPT for that?
Oh no, no, no chat
ChatGPT write me
GPT.
a book about this subject matter.
No. But so far the feedback from people who read it, and I even try to get non esports people to read it.
Mm.
Book is called Esports Selamatkan Hidup Aku, translated as Esports Saved My Life. Even they say that they're not in esports, but they are able to relate to the stories because it's not meant to be technical.
Mhm.
Yeah, I meant it to be general. Okay, so that's 2024. So that's out the window. But there was another major one that I was not able to do, which is to significantly progress my PhD.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay. That's
right.
an interesting one.
Yeah, and I had an awakening recently,
Mhm.
and by recently meaning that in December. So it was Christmas Eve,
Okay.
um, or more like the day before Christmas Eve, 23 ke 25, I don't remember. I got a text from my mom. All right. And then my mom said that um, I'm not going for, or we as in mom and dad, like, kan, we are not going for Christmas Eve mass, which is normally from 10 to midnight
Mhm.
because you celebrate the whole Christmas thing, kan. And then I asked, oh, why? And then she said that, oh, we uh, we tak larat. We um, we're, how should I put it? We're tired.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. Or yeah. Okay. Basically, it's that lah, right? Basically, we feel tired. Okay. So that gives me a signal that I need to do this. I need to complete this
Ah,
life
right.
milestone
Right,
of
right.
getting the PhD when they're still around.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, okay.
and this just to be real about life, like, again.
Mhm, mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So that was like, okay, 2025, this has to be it. This has to be like the
Ah,
big, like up there number one primary. You got to do it as quickly as possible. I may not be able to finish it in 2025, but if I were to be able to significantly progress it,
ah.
then yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
Very interesting that. I mean, because for me, I don't really see I don't really see any like big milestone that I want to achieve this year.
Mm.
Because perhaps because last year was like very very interesting already for me, so this year is the year that I will try to build myself up
Mm.
and relax, chill more, and then see how it goes for me. And then yeah, because I'm in a new journey that's gonna take a lot of energy, and then take a lot of relearning.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, because we've been we've been running our life the way we do until for me the shift was when I get a baby lah.
Mm.
So I need to relearn myself how to go about my day. So I think for this year I want to chill a bit, chill a
Mm.
bit and see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can understand that because like my goals are like, okay, you done it, it's like tick, like
Mm-hmm.
done, and then you can like shove it aside or
Mhm.
something like that. Yeah. But for you having a kid, it's not like, oh, I feed the kid. Take. Yeah, that's the way aside.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
work that way, right?
So you see how it goes. Yeah, exactly that. Oh, think about that. So what is your New Year resolution? Oh,
Oh,
New Year
oh,
resolution. Do you do
oh.
that actually?
I actually don't.
Okay.
Yeah, but I rather than I do a I don't know whether that whole PhD story was a New Year
Uh,
resolution thingy, but I don't like to call it that.
okay.
Yeah, and because why I feel that this term is kind of like overused.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in the sense of like it's not like you're putting commitment to yourself. It feels like it's a commercial term. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, my New Year's resolution is to lose weight, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Kan? And then it just becomes a resolution lah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I read that's why I rather term it as a goal.
A goal.
Like
Okay.
a goal feels more objective. At least that's from me psyching myself up. Like
Okay.
resolution
Okay.
feels like santai because everyone says resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you put goal, suddenly you have like a new destination that you need to go to.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, and
Right.
I try to achieve that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's one to answer the question. I
Mm-hmm.
probably okay. I do have this other goal, and it was inspired by somewhere that I visited towards the end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at another podcast called Apachita
Okay.
with a question mark. Okay. So when I went to the studio, nice studio, it was a whole shop lot area with three different segments. So they have three different podcasts that they shoot. One is like a movie podcast, general
What?
podcast, and a whatever.
So it's like wait, what?
Yeah. So you imagine
Oh,
like a shop lot like this
so
times three.
it is actually a podcast studio.
They just rented the first floor of a shop lot,
Oh,
and then they just kiosk everything like different segments of the podcast.
interesting.
Yeah, so they do like a movie podcast. So they have a corner with the background, it's like movie posters, and then they have a general podcast with a more neutral background, and then they have a sofa setup for doing different types of
Right.
podcasts. So they have like three. So I was like, okay, that's pretty nice.
Mm,
Of course, I would love to have that, but I know that mm, it's probably not the direction that I want to take. I would love to,
okay.
but it's not like okay, having my own studio like that. No,
Yeah.
yeah. But when I was there, um, so I looked around some of the decorations that they had, and then on the rack there was this what is it called a KL Pod Fest.
Okay.
Yeah, KL Pod Fest or short podcast plaque, and they
Mm-hmm.
were actually nominated.
Oh,
Yeah, so they were nominated alongside other podcasts, including the ever popular Keluar Sekejap.
oh
Yeah, I don't
wow.
mind mentioning her. That's fine, right? Yeah, the ever popular Keluar Sekejap, and so we were talking about that and how was his experience doing that, and I was curious about like who won, the right,
Of course lah.
the. But my question was more like how big did they win? So apparently, Keluar Sekejap won by, and this is just quoting them, like, and they said about like 90% of the voting. I was like, well, okay, no
Okay, so
surprise, man. It's a super landslide.
right.
Yeah. So I had that at the back of my mind. It's like, okay, if somehow Podcast Tak Berlesen is able to be part of KL Podfest, and we're able to do this conversation in a live show, that is a goal that I would like to achieve.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
That would be very, very interesting.
Yeah, like
Oh,
both of us blabbering for 7 hours in front of a live audience. How does that
it's
sound?
like apa benda diorang ni sembang?
Kan, daripada tisu ke
Yeah,
langit ke kucing ke cawan.
boleh pusing mata-rata kan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the beauty of. I mean, I think everybody have the same thought lah. It's like, hey, we are having good conversation. Why not? Like, we make a podcast. Right. That is how it started for both of us. Because
Yeah.
we were talking about stuff. I can't even remember what it was. And he suddenly said, "Yeah, I remember the first time you step your foot into my studio. It's like, hey, bro, I think this place is a very nice place to shoot podcast."
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I have been thinking the same. But I have that missing puzzle. I don't have the production team. I don't have the knowledge and all. And it's like, bro, I'm already shooting podcast. Why don't we shoot together? It's like, whoa! So the start aligns for both of us,
Yeah, and my
right?
missing puzzle is that I don't have a a long-term space or a
Right.
flexible
Yeah, yeah,
enough
yeah.
long-term space. I appreciate like the spaces before this, like Sem 9 they did borrow, but I understand that they are also in the media business. So they
Mm-hmm.
also have needs for their room. So sometimes it's a balance lah, again.
I see. I
Like
see.
rather here it's obviously a totally different business. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't clash,
Mm-hmm.
right, in terms of utility and all that. And I also want to shout out to like people like Magna and all that who has offered their space. Magna Easy on Air has offered their
Mm.
space. And cool. Thank you so much. Maybe we will do a visit in those places in the future. So they also do that sort of thing. So in case any of you are interested, you can reach out to them separately. And and when I came in, I saw the place, we had that conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and now Lin, first time coming here. What do you think about the setup?
So nice.
It's so nice.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
For the better.
For change for the better. Yeah. It's a breath of fresh air, I would say, aesthetic wise.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite interesting because okay, I have always when I first opened this establishment,
Mm.
my thought was like try to build something around a setup of a podcast, then work around there.
Really? You
Yeah,
had that
yes,
thought when you
yes,
set up?
yes, it is.
No
So
way.
before this setup, the sofas that I had was
Mm.
actually here. So I was planning to do the shoot here with this as a background.
Oh, you mean that so
Oh
far?
no, the one over there. Yeah,
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 that's right.
yeah, yeah.
Ah.
So the armchair was actually here when I first opened the establishment.
Mm.
But then, because I need more space to do my work, that side is a bit panas.
Mm.
So I have to take the table here. And I still haven't given up of the idea of shooting podcasts. And
Mm.
the thing is, like I said, always have that missing puzzle. I don't know who would want to work with me, and I need to find people that can do the production and all. And
Right.
then let's be honest, it's not gonna bring any money soon. So if I were to put a lot of effort here, then I have to tone down on my effort on the actual business. So I was like, okay, like let's just keep it in the list that I wanted to do,
Mm.
and let's see how it goes.
Mm.
And then it was not even in my 2024 goal,
Mm.
but suddenly it happens. It
Mm.
happens in 2025. Honestly, starting a podcast is not really in my goal,
Right.
but it just happens. So
Mm.
it is interesting how things unfold in life, and it happens when I go out and socialize.
Yes, and I think that's very, very important.
Mhm.
I know and I understand how it feels like to stay at home and just be comfortable and not interact with
Yes,
anyone.
yes. Tell me
Yeah.
about it.
But there are parts of life where you need to step out of your
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote comfort zone,
Mm-hmm.
especially meeting people.
Yep.
Yeah. And uh, okay, so a real life scenario, right? So there are times where I realize that when people meet in groups, like
Mm-hmm.
you get some people playing with their phones.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a big missed opportunity.
Yes, yes, it is. Why hang out in the first place if you just want to play with your phone?
Yeah, especially when you're introduced to like, hey, Mr. A meet Mr. B. Okay, and then we sit at the same table, and then I end up talking to Mr. B, and then Mr. A is just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I've
and
been
it's
there.
like,
I've already been there. It's like,
uh,
alamak, check out or something. I want to know more about you, man.
and that's what I will want to continue to observe, especially when it comes to festive seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we start to like gather family, whatever. Like, I'm sure Raya will be the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or whichever festive season. Um, like whether like how that trend is going to be shaped, like
Mm-hmm.
year after year. In my case, like before this, memang ada like you get some people who are very passive, like they
Uh-huh.
don't mingle around. And since I play games, all right, so there was this cousin of mine, right, and I'll be like, I see macam tak banyak borak sangat, and it's like duduk diam at the corner, whatever lah kan. And then I'll be like, hey, you play games? It's like, yeah, what do you play? Oh, I play Mobile Legends. Oh, come, let's play around. For one round become multiple rounds, and
Yeah.
then the aunties, uncles are like, "Hey, what you guys doing? You know, it seems like really fun." And I'm like, oh, we're just playing games, and that's how we connect.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so probably that might be a thing that might continue to happen this year.
Probably.
Yeah,
So your point of view is it's okay to like
yeah. I think.
isolate just I mean okay so it sounded like an attack, right?
Uh,
But it's not,
uh,
because for me as a person that don't play game,
mm,
uh because I don't do that.
Okay. Okay.
I don't do that because I do not have interaction with games.
Mm.
Okay lah, if I were to do that,
Mm.
what would be your suggestion of game that I should
Ooh.
try? Tiba-tiba.
I mean, normally in that case, like, it's games that you can play together with
Okay.
somebody.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's quite hard. Lim, what would you say is a good game to play with somebody casual?
How many people?
How many
Let's say
people?
50 season, maybe 5?
Oh, wow. A group of
Among us.
Oh, yes. Oh,
You
Among Us.
Among
Okay.
Us. Everybody can play Among
Yes,
Us.
yes. Okay, Among Us. Okay. Now I remember, I played that game. I played that game because of MCO.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. Because got nothing to do. It's like, oh, what am I doing here inside the room? Let's play Among Us. It was
Kan.
really fun. It was.
Buka Discord.
Oh yes. Then I figured out that. Oh no, then I found out that actually the game supposed to be played without voice.
Mm.
You should actually just chat because they have like very short amount of time to discuss through chat, and it's like, oh, people semua menggelabah and all right. But then we use Discord.
Yeah.
So it fit the purpose, but still, it was a good fight.
In fact, it's emotionally more like,
Yes, because we can listen to their intonations. Like, I think you're like, no, I'm not. I was not lying. Come on, bro. We know each other since we were born. It's like, nah, I think you're lying. And it's like, yeah, F you.
I can sniff you out.
Right,
And can you imagine playing that while you're like in front of each other?
What if?
Like you can see the expression and all that. It's like, oh, he's lying.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do that nowadays in the festive season. Do people still play amongst us now?
Do people still play?
Change the protocol, the
Right.
concept,
Okay.
but different game.
Okay,
Same
same
concept,
concept
but
but
different.
different game. All right. Thank you to our producer.
So that is something that I mean, maybe on a lifestyle, can we call it, that
Mm.
can look forward to in 2025 to see how that can like help
Yeah.
family bonding.
Yeah, because
It's kinda
2025 is going to
nice.
be different because the way people interact with each other is also, it's not like how it used to.
Mm.
Like kids nowadays, whether we like it or not, they are glued to their phone.
Mm.
And then for us, the older generation, I mean, as much as I don't want to believe that I'm a little bit on the older side,
It's
but
okay. I'm
then
still the oldest in this room. I feel better now.
Selamat.
Okay.
Just that, take for example my sister.
Mm.
So she's always on her phone
Mm.
during our makan together and all. She's playing. I'm not too sure if it's Genshin or something.
Mm.
She always come to me and say, "Hey, look at this! I'm doing this with my character." And all. It's like, I'm trying to
To appreciate.
relate to her,
Uh,
trying to appreciate her, but I really can't. Maybe I should now.
right.
Yeah, because I can see that she is physically trying to connect with me for the games that she's playing. But yeah, I think I need to do a better job in learning that game so I can relate. Maybe we can play together. Before this, we tried to play PUBG Mobile together,
Mm.
but then PUBG Mobile can be very stressing.
Yeah. It takes a little bit more focus. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we tend to zone out from all other people. And then my parents like, "Oi, dah lah tu main game." Like, oh, okay, can stop.
I know, right? I know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Maybe I should find something that my parents can play as well.
Among Us.
And it's gonna be a family bergaduh session.
Yep. The test of the family bond.
See how strong the bond are.
I know, right? The test of the family bond. My goodness. Ah, but I think that's also the evolution of things, right?
Yeah.
Like last time, people. I don't know. When I was a kid, also, like I had consoles around me,
Mhm.
like the old consoles, like Atari, and that's
Atari,
how
yeah.
I kind of like bonded with some other people because there are games that you can play with two players and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What's it, Dreamcast? Dreamcast?
Uh, yes,
Yeah.
that came later, but yeah,
Yeah, I played with my neighbors. I went to their house, played Dreamcast,
absolutely.
and then we bonded over Dreamcast. We were playing Crazy Taxi.
Which one was Crazy Taxi again?
It's like you are driving around. You're a taxi driver.
Okay.
Driving around, just pick people up and then send to their location.
Okay, it's like GTA.
Yeah, kind of that. Yeah, you can actually do that mission in GTA. Oh, can't I do play game actually.
There you go.
Some games. This is all because of MCO. So because
Right.
MCO. They gave out Is it the GTA 5 or GTA 6? The latest one.
I think it
GTA
was.
5.
I think they gave out free, which is fine.
Yeah, it was
Good.
GTA 5. So I
Yeah.
downloaded it because it was free.
Mm.
So yeah. No, it was GTA 5. The latest one that you can switch between three characters. There was Trevor and then
Oh
like
yeah,
I
5.
can't remember the film. I remember
Yeah.
Trevor because how crazy he is. So
Mm.
I downloaded it and I tried playing that game. So oh, it's actually pretty good. So I can fly planes and then fly helicopters and all. But then my wife's like, "Wait, go your game."
Oh yeah, yeah. It is quite gangster.
Yeah, yeah. It was like super gangster and all.
Yeah.
Then yeah. But where we heading in?
Oh,
Lupa pula.
okay. 2025 goals and
Oh
what
yes,
you look
yes. Oh,
forward to. Yeah,
I am so
I know,
sorry.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it went all the way.
2025. One of the things that I really need to get sorted
Okay,
for myself
right.
because of aging, my glasses. Before this,
Uh-huh.
like the one I'm wearing,
Okay.
I have always used the simplest glasses that I can get.
Mm.
I paid about 49 ringgit for my glasses with the frame.
49,
Yes,
what, lens and frame?
yes,
49,
yes,
what?
49. Yes, at Dr. Specs. Shout out. You want to sponsor? Sure, please.
Yeah, I gotta find your optician now.
Yeah, so I went there, get my glasses done. It's all good.
Mm.
And then last year, okay, it started way before, but then last year it get really really bad.
Mm.
So it worsened to a point where when I'm wearing my glasses, I can't see my watch. So I said, "Oh, what is going on with me?" So if I have my glasses on, I can't see my watch. If I have my glasses on, I can't see my phone. So when you go and see all these uncle, right? So they're wearing their glasses.
And then
They
they
try
were
to,
like,
it's either that or they will do this. But
yeah.
that's me. That's me
Oh,
now. So
no way.
if I have my glasses on,
Mm.
that is how I operate my phone.
Right.
Yeah, because I can't see.
Mm.
It is not focusing because of aging. Damn it. Then I went to optician, tried to get it checked, and I did. And they said, "Oh, you now start to now need to start wearing glasses with reading powers as well." I
Mm.
said, "Yeah, sure. How much should that be?"
Mm.
They did the calculation. It cost about 1,000. I was like, "What, bro? From 49 ringgit jump to 1,000?" It's like,
Wow.
wow.
Wow. Just because you add one element in.
Yes.
It's like the add-ons you just take and then it's just like 4 figures
Yes.
in.
Yes, like whoa, it falls like multiple times. Like alamak. So I waited and waited and waited. Dah masuk tahun baru, I still haven't got my new glasses done because of I am used to spending 49 ringgit for my glasses. And suddenly I have to pay 1,000 just for the lens without the frame.
Do you plan to keep the same frame?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm the kind of person that don't like to change stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, so I've been using the same frame for quite some times, and yeah, that's one of the reason. And then yeah, here's the thing, because
Okay.
if you spend that much on your glasses,
Mm.
then suddenly the frame patah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you for the this is what I've been told lah.
Mm.
For the lens that has the reading power,
Mm.
you can't put it into new frame. Because
Why not?
the focus, I'm not too sure because this is not my area.
Okay.
But I believe the focusing point is very fixed to that glasses.
Uh-huh.
So to that frame. So when you buy a new one, it has to be about the same one.
Mm.
So what I'm trying to do now, maybe just try to find the frame that I like, buy maybe 10 same frames. So if I ever broke the frame, I can still use the lens to the new onto the new frame. Hopefully lah. So my New Year resolution, I mean my New Year goal is to get my new glasses.
Here, bipolar glass.
Not bipolar. It's
Bipolar glass.
bifocal.
Oh
Bifocal
my
is not
God.
bipolar, bro. Yeah.
Bipolar.
Yeah, old people glasses technically.
Bipolar is me when I don't get my coffee in the morning.
Oh wow.
Oh. Just kidding. I'm fine. I'm fine in that sense. Yeah, but honestly, that's not too hard to achieve.
It is. It is. It's that
It's just like nak ke tak nak lah. Like,
yeah. I mean that's gonna be one of the. It's not a big of purchase,
Mm.
but it is something significant. Why? Because I have to admit that now I can't see near.
Ah.
So it is going to be something very significant lah. It's a milestone. In 2025, Amir finally wears the old people glasses.
Mm.
So maybe if once I get that done, can like take that off. Mata Amir dah tua.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're good.
I hope that's not a sign that it's like, oh yeah, I can't see the bottle down here. I guess like for me, I guess it will mostly involve like esports stuff or work stuff like in general like kan. And this year, esports is actually very busy, calendar wise. Okay, so what we're having, so we still have your MPLs, you still have your PMPLs, you still have your publisher tournaments, the usual ones, and then you still have Esports World Cup in the middle of the year. And then you have SEA Games, which is at the end of the year. You also have Esports Olympics, and then there will be other um tournaments that have been announced like Asian Esports Cup, Asian Asian Champions League, Esports Asian Champions League, something like that. I think it's still a working title. But yeah, they have announced a few games and all that. So I think the esports calendar will be very, very busy this year. And um of course, as much as I would love to, but of course some of these things are out of our control. I would love to work towards being part of those major events. Especially, I wouldn't mind like going back to Riyadh because although
Oh.
the weather was a challenge,
Uh-huh.
yeah, but being in such events like just gives you a new perspective of the work and the world and all that. Yeah, and like working with different people from different cultures. I think that
Yeah.
that's always a very interesting thought. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, uh, that is more of like it can't really be a goal. I mean, it can be a goal to a certain extent, like you work towards it, but yeah, I guess it's more of also like hoping to be able to achieve that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. We're trying to do our best at the end of the day, right? Especially with Esports Olympics, first
It's
time
Olympic.
ever.
So this is the first one?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that is what I was about to ask. Is there is Esport Olympic?
yes.
Tell me about it.
Okay, you know how like there's the Olympics, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's like things like Winter
Uh-huh.
Olympics where they play all the Winter
Yep.
Games. Yeah, so this is like Esports Olympics.
So there were a separate event under the
Yeah,
Olympic Council?
under the Olympic Council,
Ooh,
International
interesting.
Olympic Council. But they have not announced what sort of games are going to be competed. So there's two possibilities, or three maybe. First one is your regular games that you know of, your Mobile Legends, your Dota, your PUBG Mobiles, or things like that. Second one, what could potentially be is simulator games.
Simulator game. Oh, the eSIMs and all.
Yeah, like the eSIM,
Oh.
or even like I've seen this before, and it was previewed before. You know, like how people row boats, but they get into a rowing simulator.
Oh, really?
But they have like the actual boat, and you actually move.
So they still need to have the physical strength.
Correct.
Oh wow, this is
Yeah.
interesting. So this for those people that want to robots, but they don't want to be in the
Get
scorching
themselves wet.
sun. I get themselves wet. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Maybe I can. Yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
Do they have e-golf?
maybe,
I.
maybe. But there was one even more interesting one for me. In that preview, I think that preview was done 2 years ago, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, in Singapore. There was I think it was either taekwondo or karate. I forgot which one was it. Yeah, but martial arts basically.
E-martial art.
Correct.
Wow.
And there's like two people, but they are not fighting,
So they're not physically
fighting each other.
but they use the what
They
VR?
move like normal. Yeah, they wear
Wow.
all the VR stuff. They move, but they are like two separate areas,
This
and
could
they
be
are
very
virtually
interesting.
fighting each other.
This could be very, very interesting. I mean, for me, what I really wanted to see if there is a, I'm not sure if there is already there out there, shooting games that you
Okay.
need to. Because I saw this video before. So the should I call it player? Because I think it was an actual military simulation. They were standing in this like one what we call it creator shape device. So they have to actually physically move and do the shooting simulation there. If that become a game,
Is it like laser tag?
No, not exactly.
kind?
Because you are still playing on your, because there's like a device that they stand in.
Okay.
It's like a creator shape.
All right.
So it's like a bowl shape. So you have to walk. It's like a,
It keeps you in that dome sort of thing.
Yes.
But you're
So
walking
you're
around.
walking there, and then you have to do all the shooting, and then I mean, because if you want to play like PUBG in an open space, you need such a big space.
True.
So for that machine, they were walking in the bowl itself. I'm not sure, for the lack of better word. Yeah, bowl lah. So they were walking in there, and it is made of something like a, what do you call it, the treadmill. So they can move around, and they can move around infinitely. They are still in the game. Don't need a lot of space, but they have to actually physically move around to do the shooting. That would
Right.
be really, really nice. So you have to be physically strong to play the game.
And I think the point that you mentioned about like it's space saving
Yeah.
because you're in a bowl.
Yeah.
It makes practical sense rather than like
Mm.
you have a whole arena and then like you need a lot of space equals to a
Yeah.
lot of cost
Yeah, and
equals
then
to
you
a
have to
lot of
put the
maintenance.
sensor, and or if you pass that area, then suddenly you are out of the game. So for that setup, you can still walk around. You're still there.
That makes absolute sense.
Yeah, because I think I saw a video about that. I'm not sure if it's actually a video or maybe I dreamt about it.
Oh,
We have it in Malaysia.
Oh, we do. We
We-
actually do have it in Malaysia.
We only have 5 of that.
oh, the one that is like you keep you in like a circle.
Oh,
Right. But I think maybe they came out too early. Okay.
oh yeah.
Yeah. But at least it's space saving and it makes practical sense if you were to use it in a continuous scale. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
will always have events with it. For
Can you
example.
imagine PUBG? It's being played that way. Oh,
Oh,
that would be nice.
wow.
That would be nice.
Okay.
Nobody's going to run.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, crouching, like, oh,
It's like, Lin, crouch! Lin! Get down, Lin! Get down!
pick me up, bro. Pick me up. I know I'm too tired to go to you. Hold on.
It's like, save me! Hada.
And I think if that's happened, most of the people will die from the blue zone.
Like, game's over in 5 minutes, guys.
Kenapa tak larat lari, bro?
Just take me lah, I'm gone. Da.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale, okay.
But the way they move is with hang gliders.
Hand
People
gliders.
just do this and just glide. So they don't need to run.
Wow.
So this was actually a very, very interesting area.
Yeah, which comes to my the third possibility lah, right?
Mm.
So I mentioned first one was the normal game. Second one is the simulator ones. Third one
Yeah.
is a mix.
Mix. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I believe it was last year, ke, the year before. I kind of forgot. So there was this event in Russia called Digital.
Okay.
Physical, digital. You
Phygital,
see where it's
okay.
coming from, kan? So this is the interesting part, right? So if let's say you compete in Valorant, for example, you compete in Valorant, but you must also compete in laser tag.
Ah, right.
Yeah. So it's still shooter,
Yeah.
but it's game shooter and physical shooter.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah. And if let's say if you compete in Tekken,
Uh-huh. So you have to actually fight?
you have to play MMA.
Wow.
Yeah. Like the same guy who plays Tekken has to also compete in MMA.
Ah, right.
That's the syarat. That's the condition.
Ui, that would be interesting.
I know, right?
So you see the fighting gamer,
Yep.
they're not only good at fighting game, they are actually buff to fight. Ah, bro.
Yes. Correct. And that's the concept of Phygital that time.
Digital, okay.
I forgot what was the game that if you played Mobile Legends and what was the other physical game. I forgot like that. Lots of imagination. But yeah, but that's to me that I find that as a very interesting concept. Yeah.
Hmm.
Probably very cost heavy because you have to have like two totally different
Yeah.
setups. Yeah, because we also have to think of like, okay, let's say in a real world situation, like if whichever path that they go to, it's it somewhat has to make some level of commercial sense.
Mhm.
Can like in the real world, like
Yeah, of course.
yeah, it's not like why would you do it in the first place?
I believe by doing so, even the one that I talk, because they have to be physically fit to play the game, it will narrow down the target market. Because I mean, let's be real, most of us that play game, I don't play game. I don't really play game. Most of people that play game, they will just try. I mean, it's an escapism for them. After like 12 hours of real life working,
Yep.
just want to go home, just wanna simply play my game, chill, bro.
Yeah.
And suddenly you ask them to go to VR, and it's like, why?
Yeah, I just want to like, okay, I want to couch potato myself and just move my my
Yeah,
thumbs,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
It's escapism for them. So I want that dopamine, having fun, playing those games rather than I have to actually run. Why?
Yeah, yeah. I actually played that kind of VR game before, like a whole room, and then like what
Mm.
you say, other sensors, and then like you hold a gun, you go around shooting zombies.
Oh,
It is also quite physically
yeah.
taxing at the end of
Oh
the
yes, I
game.
can imagine. Have you tried laser tag yourself?
I do. I
It
have.
is quite
I
sad,
love
right?
it.
Yeah, I love it.
You love it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it so
Okay.
much. I used to play
We should
paintball.
use Lin as a target. He runs around, and who gets to shoot him first wins.
Mangsa keadaan.
I haven't played laser tag.
I used to play a lot at E-Curve, but then they shut it down.
Oh yeah, they used to have one
Yeah, they used to
upstairs
have
there.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now
Yeah.
E-Curve is all shut down. So it's like I used to play that a lot. I used to play what's that? Pinball.
Okay.
I like the game, but
Mm.
it's not
Which
only
version of pinball?
paintball.
Oh,
Paintball.
paintball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not only it's physically demanding, it is
Mm.
also hurting my body from all the shots.
If you don't get 50 cent coins on your
Oh
body,
yes.
you have not played
Oh
paintball.
yes. Oh yes. Tell me about it. It's like,
Yeah.
but then yeah, it was oh good old times.
Yeah. I do love paintball as well. So if anyone wants to invite us, to come and
Let's
play, let's
go.
go.
Let's
I'm up
go.
for it. Yeah.
Maybe that'll be our 2025 resolution. Play paintball again.
Dude. Yep. Or maybe we can
Maybe
do that.
we can do once.
And like how people like to flex, like, hey, take on me. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah. My battle scar.
a battle sky. People are proud of that for some reason.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I guess if I were to relate to that, like, one thing that I have been kind of thinking of, like at the back of my mind, is that I wanna get back to more physical sports.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I want to play. I used to play a lot of football slash futsal.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to get back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, age is catching up, so it's nice to
Yeah,
balance
yeah.
out with some exercise.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
was about to say the same as well because when we were at it, then I remember that I think for my 2025, my goal one of my goal
Mm.
is one of my goals is to get back in shape.
Mm.
Yeah, because age is catching up, and then we dictate how we're going to be in the
Mm.
next 5 years. Because if I were to continue with my lifestyle currently,
Mm.
I gotta be honest, I haven't done a lot of physical activities,
Uh-huh.
so it will degrade myself a lot more and a lot faster than it should be.
Mm.
So I mean, I've read this. I'm not sure if I read it or if I heard from a podcast. The worst thing that you can do to your body is to retire.
Mm.
So when you retire, you stop doing thing.
Mm.
You just want to relax. Because you think that you have earned it to chill, relax with the money that you have made, and you stop doing stuff.
Mm.
And that is when your body will start to degrade a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's something that I heard from this interview with Tun Mahathir,
Ah,
yeah, recently, and he is in 2025. I think he's 100 years old.
yes.
Yeah,
I
and he
think.
also talked about like, okay, if he behaves like, okay, he has to go around with a walking
Mm,
stick. He behaves like he's
yeah.
old. He will be
He will be.
old.
Yeah, yes.
And why he's still so involved with the things that he do, he still goes to office. I
Mm,
believe he still has some position somewhere.
mm.
It's so that it keeps him active,
Yeah,
his brain
yeah.
working, and that's what keeps him as he is now, still not needing like additional support to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
around.
I mean, bro, if you talk about aspiration for men as we get older,
Mm.
nobody can top him off in Malaysia, like, at least.
Oh yeah.
Because at his age, most of people at his age is already bedridden, like using walking stick
Mm.
or maybe on a wheelchair.
Mm.
He's fit. He's like really fit. He still takes the stairs.
Mm.
He still drive himself.
Yeah.
It's like I wanted to be like him, but of course he paid his due lah. When he was younger, he still do all the stuff.
Mm.
So that's one of the thing that maybe I want to focus on. I want to focus on this year, my physical health.
Yeah, but I understand as well, because I think we both come in the standpoint of we don't have a fixed time to
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like, okay, people come 9 to 5, and then if there's any extra pun kadang-kadang,
Mm,
we are like we work as and when lah kan.
Mm.
So it becomes sometimes very difficult to balance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like
the hardest part of
I know, right?
adulting.
Yeah, it's adult problems,
Yeah.
right? Like maybe like you have your events to attend, I have my
Mhm,
events to do as well,
mhm.
and most of these events happen during leisure time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that takes away the time that you potentially could use to do physical activities.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the hardest part to balance my lifestyle, I think.
Mm,
Because sometimes even it comes I mean it's not short notice, but then it's in a way yes. Because
mm,
get the invites about 2 weeks time
mm,
before the event. So I don't really have time to squeeze anything else to make time for the event.
mm.
So to do so, I have to sacrifice my physical activity time lah. So that is
Yeah.
what I like to believe. I mean that's at least that's the belief that I spun for my reason behind not working out. But yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, it is true. It is true. I try my best to fix a time for me to work out.
Mm.
So now I try to do swimming in the morning because usually in the morning nobody catch on me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
when we met this today also you
Oh
came
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
swimming.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was swimming early in the morning because that is the time that usually no people kacau.
Mm.
But I will kacau my breakfast time. Mm.
I know, right? Yeah.
There's always alasan.
Um, I have thought of like, okay, because the physical things that I thought that I want to do more in 2025, they are like a group of people things like my bola, whatever. You
Mm.
need
Oh
people
yes,
with you. So
yes.
it's a bit difficult. I have kind of thought of like, okay, maybe I would want to start to like wake up in the morning, like 7, go for a run and come back.
Uh-huh.
But the baseline is that I always find running to be boring.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So it doesn't really motivate me in that sense.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Have you tried swimming?
I can't swim.
Oh, you can't swim. Oh, right. Maybe that can be your new goal to learn how to swim.
Ah, I mean, okay. For some reason in my entire life, that has not been like a thing that like, yeah,
I want to do
I want
that.
to do that.
Yeah.
It always becomes like, okay, I want to do something else instead.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe from an interest standpoint, not really.
Right.
Yeah, like I probably enjoy just whacking people with a ball in the. Okay, yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
for me, I was forced into swimming when I was younger.
okay, what's your
I
swimming story?
I love going to the pools.
Right.
So whenever we go on holiday with my parents.
Mm,
So it's like my parents have their schedule. I want to go see this, see that, see this, see that.
mm.
Me, no, nak pergi kolam. It's like all the time, kolam. Always to the pools. And then my wife, my mom was like, I have to babysit you here because you want to go to the pool and I want to see other thing. So
Mm,
maybe I can send you to a swimming class
mm.
so that I can spend less time watching you and spend more time having fun. And then she sent me to a swimming class. Then after that, I don't know how. I was in swimming competition, so I was forced into swimming. I wanted to play at the pool. Then I was applied to swimming classes. I was registered to swimming classes. Started to swim. Then the coach was like, maybe we can put your son into a swimming team. He can compete. And then I was like, that's not what I want.
So you're a misunderstood kid.
Yeah,
Mom, that's not what I want.
yeah. I mean,
But as a kid, I don't know how to explain
yeah,
it.
you can put it that way. So I was forced to train like every day because for swimmers they have to train every day.
Mm,
So we have to train every day. My warm up is like 10 kilometers of warming up.
right.
So at that point I was so sick of pool. So every time I see pool, it's like
Uh,
I can't take it anymore. I literally was like, I'm gonna puke because I that is how much I hated pools.
then what led you to now doing swimming almost every other morning?
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Because I know how to swim, and then I quit swimming because I got sick of it. I used to swim competitively. So as I get older, I was like, I wanted to do something that is a physical activity.
Okay.
I want to work out, but I want to relax as well.
Mm,
And then I thought maybe let's just give swimming another shot.
mm.
And I did. It was 2 years ago when I started swimming back. It was amazing.
Yeah, I
Because
think swimming is a nice balance of working out and relaxing at the same time.
yeah,
Man,
yeah,
now that you think about it.
yeah. The moment
Yeah.
you submerge yourself into the into water,
Mm,
all the noise are gone.
Oh,
Especially when you're swimming alone. Everything is like very quiet. That is how I got a lot of my clarity from swimming.
right.
Yeah. I tried doing that with gym, but I
Mm.
can't because when you're working out in gym, you have to be pumped up. You
Mm.
put on your earphone, play
It's a
some
high
songs, like
energy.
yeah, like high energy. It's like, oh, this is so stressing for me.
Yeah.
But then for swimming, it's the other way around.
Right.
So the moment I got into the water, then submerge myself, like, ooh, everything's so quiet,
Mm.
get all the clarity. You know, when you have shower thought and also the pooping thought, I
Mm.
get that from
Oh,
swimming.
okay. I hope
It's
it's
really
not a
bad.
I hope it's not a combination of pooping thought and swimming thought at the same time, lah. Which pool do you go to again? I'll make sure that I don't go there.
No lah, it's just like, when you were kids back then, we don't have smartphone. When you poop, you get bored. You take you
You
take the
take
shampoo
the
bottle, start
okay.
reading the
Uh,
ingredient. I mean,
uh,
all the stuff in there. It's like
yeah, it's
this
ingredient.
thing. I was like, oh, okay, this is for this, is for that. And because that's the funny part. You read that, it's like,
Uh,
apa benda ni? And then you go out,
uh,
go take the kamus and see, oh, this is the thing.
wow.
And then on your next
Yeah.
pooping session, it's like,
Mm.
oh, that thing. Oh, that's the thing that actually makes shampoo more. Is it bubbly?
Mm.
Is it bubbly? Is that the word? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah, berbuih lah basically.
Bubbly.
Bubbly.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
I think that's
I think that's a better word,
yeah,
but
that's the
we
proper
take
word.
that. We take that.
Yeah. So
Foamy.
for me, yes,
Yeah,
that's the word. Bubbly. Apa benda? Nampak sangat tak belajar.
There goes the kamus.
So yeah, baca that thing, like, oh, then so they have that thought, then another thought, and then another thought, and then take shower. You
Mm.
have another thought, another thought, another thought. Suddenly you become the most creative person. You have the most creative idea.
Mm.
I have that when I'm swimming.
Right.
Because of the quietness and you're so relaxed and all. Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, that's why I like to go swimming.
Is it
Uh,
every day now?
yeah, try to do it every day again
Okay.
if it's not raining
Mm.
and if it's not school holiday because I go to swim in a place where people run AVNB.
Okay.
So during school holiday, because I thought these kids, because you go to school every morning, you have to
Mm.
wake up early. So might as well during your holiday at Airbnb, bangun lambat, please. But then no, I go to the pool at 7:30 at 8 in the morning. They're already having fun. It's like, I want to have my swimming session, please. And it's like, okay, it's okay. You guys can enjoy the pool. Just leave the pool. And I don't like swimming. Okay, because the place that I go swim,
Mm.
it is not, it is outdoor pool basically. So if you go after noon, it will be very hot.
Mm.
So you're fine swimming, and then once you go out, it's like, oh yo, panas ni, and then you realize that you are already sunburned from the swimming. So I like to go in the morning, and then in the evening I have to go fetch my wife.
Mm.
So that's why morning is my time. And
Makes
during
sense.
school holiday, alamak, in the morning, even 7:30 in the morning, it's like, why are you guys so energetic?
Like, why can't you sleep till noon? And on the flip side, we are like telling them like, "Hey, be active, wake up early." And now we're playing. Why you all wake up early?
I think I start to have the grumpy old man vibe. Like, alah, kacau lah. I want to
Hey,
enjoy my peace, man.
signs of age, you know.
Son of fish. I'm not that old, guys.
Uh, okay, now you're trying to pull back right a bit. Yeah. But I guess if we were to talk about like a wish list like for 2025, so for my book, it's actually published in Bahasa Malaysia.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, and I have a lot of friends from overseas who have been asking me for an English version. So I would love to. I've been talking to my publisher about it.
Mm.
Um, but to do another one, even though it means translating, it also means that there's a set of costs that comes together
Yeah.
with it. Yeah. So here's the simple terms, and okay, and I don't know how better to put it, but for it to happen, the first version has to make commercial sense.
Yeah.
Yes, because I just can't do it for like, okay, just do. I mean, I don't have an endless pot of money again to do that unless someone's willing to sponsor. Yeah,
Wink, wink.
yeah, wink, wink. But I'll be willing to do it, translated version, and to share it with overseas lah kan. Yeah, whoever who is interested in that. So yeah, I guess that would be one of a wish list if it is somehow doable this year. I guess another wish list also is that so one thing I like about like being overseas is we did talk about I like to see culture.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is that I like to get to know more people, and from more people getting to know more different cultures, and some of them
Yeah.
just mind blows me. And I do hope that I'll be able to see a lot of my friends from overseas again this year in 2025. I met people from Timor Leste.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this Keku, shout out to you. So can you imagine, like, what's your perception of Timor Leste?
I have none.
Like have no idea, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the only time I saw Timor Leste people is during the walkout
Mm.
at the is it the Olympic or something?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
That
the
that's like,
only.
hey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was the first time that I heard. This is when I was 6,
Mm.
7, 8 years old. Like, oh, ada negara nama Timor Leste.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they speak Bahasa.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Historically, they were together with Indonesia.
Ah, right. Okay.
So over time, okay, so they got their independence from Indonesia, and then over time they still kept the Bahasa piece.
Okay.
But at the same time, they also have like Portuguese influence. So they speak Portuguese, Bahasa, and they have a local language. Generally, that's like how it is.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
So they are trilingual, most of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
So
wow.
so the person that I spoke to, well, he Keku speaks English, so we could converse with English. But then there will be times where we just like, some words is easier explained in a different language,
Mm,
and that's what happens. Yeah. So I would love to continue to not only meet new friends from different backgrounds, different cultures, but also like um meet these friends again, because I
ah,
truly
right.
appreciate the friendship that comes along with it.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
So these are all the people that you meet through esports, right?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. I guess that's majority of my life. Like people, like whenever I meet a friend, like jom, we go yamcha, for example.
Mm,
What you been up to? Work. You know. And
mm,
yeah, I guess this just branches out. Like I'm glad that my work is able to allow me to meet new people.
mm.
I'm very happy with that.
That is
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah, for all sorts of background. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much our views of hopefully to come in 2025.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
maybe one last one from you, right? Like if you were to pick that one thing, 2025, what would that be? Like just one.
One thing.
Yeah.
One thing, eh?
That your wish list, one thing.
One thing. It's quite hard. Okay, I would love to improve my physical,
Mm.
but then okay, this is the on the materialistic uh point.
Make more money.
Uh okay, that one is of course.
Uh, uh,
But then I have always wanted to get myself a comfortable car.
oh.
Yeah, that was the goal last year. I wanted to buy a comfortable car,
Mm.
but then I found out that my wife was pregnant. So
Is that
I was like, okay, wait for it. So yeah, if I can actually get that this year would be nice. But then that's not really that important. Just that it will make me feel like I have achieved something. Because in order for me to buy that comfortable car, I
mm.
have to first fulfill everything that my wife wanted.
Mm.
So that I tak kena tiaw from her. Like, oh, beli kereta baru boleh, ha? Nak ni tak boleh. So, okay. I still love you. Sorry.
Yeah. Lin can relate kan? Okay, never mind about that.
Husbands.
The husbands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Alamak. Okay, that's why he cannot comment. That's why he cannot comment. But anyway, that will be a wrap up for our episode, which is episode 2 of season 2.
Hold on, sorry, I'm going to stop you
oh,
there. What about
oh,
yours?
that
Your
one
ultimate one thing.
ultimate
PhD.
one thing. Yeah,
Was it PhD?
definitely that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Again, it's also because mom gave me a
Yeah.
awakening.
Yeah.
Yeah, or more like a reminder. It's like I'm getting tired.
Right.
I get you. I get the message. Okay, like maybe okay. I'm sure she didn't mean that,
Uh-huh.
but it's like the stars yang aligned,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I
And
can
then
see that.
it's
Yeah,
like
our parents are growing older and older.
yeah.
Mhm.
But I hope to be able. I don't. Okay, like you and exercising and the whole exercising topic that we had. I don't know how to balance it. It's
Mhm,
it gets difficult at some point because I still need to pay the bills.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah, it's not just like I switch off everything and I just do that one thing. It doesn't work that way. It's adult problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see as we go along. And also, of course, one of the key things I think for us is we want to um, do more of these discussions, and we hope to bring in
Yeah.
interesting guests to share their life stories.
Yeah,
So
that's a
for
plan.
yeah, that is absolutely the plan. So for you all out there who's interested to know what might happen in this coming year or what topics that we might discuss, stay tuned to us. Don't forget to subscribe, and of course, do leave it in the comment section. Who do you want to see as our guest in 2025? If you have watched previous episodes in the last year and the year before, you would have known that I bring in people who's able to share lots of interesting insights. Even I, honestly, I watch back my own podcast multiple
Oh,
times
you do?
because those conversations are amazing.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
It
the
is.
sim racing that
It
we
is. It is.
watch.
It is very
Yeah.
amazing.
So thank you very much for watching. This is Podcast Tak Berlesen, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you in the next episode. And then awkward wave because Lin likes to do that.